Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Baron. Welcome back to Salt. The sun is rising on a new day. We just got our butts kicked, I believe, over on that island by pirates in episode 2. This is episode 3, and while we have played episodes before and it's called episode 3, I would like to consider this episode the beginning of a grand adventure. Because it be the pirate life for me, after all. And fun movie quote. Everyone has those movie quotes where like you just kind of remember. For me, it's always arbitrary quotes, and I want to see if you guys know. It's a pirate-related movie, so that should really give it away for the most part, but aye, sea turtles. The way it was spoken, and the manner in which it was spoken, in the context, always reverberates as like a very memorable quote for me. But what we're doing now, because I've gotten a lot of suggestions, is to look for fruit. So let's take a look. We're gonna make this. Someone told me how to hotkey. M. Lanyon told me to assign weapons to number keys. So we're gonna do that by hovering over it and simply pressing 2. Ah, that was pretty dang easy. And then we'll hover over this one and give it 1. So that's kind of cool, man. That seems pretty easy. We'll give this hotkey 3. Now, if we tab out, the bow is not hotkeying. Oh, that's because it was moved. Interesting. Not really sure what that's about. Alright, but now it logged in there. Now, how many arrows do we have? 5 arrows. Alright. So what we're going to be doing is wandering around and looking for food. I know we need some deer, so we're gonna have to do some hunting. The deer are incredibly wily and evasive, and they take a lot of arrows. You can recover your arrows, but still, the fact that like hunting a deer is a rather lengthy process. So we're gonna be looking for ripe fruit within the trees, and then we're gonna be getting this deer. Now, I've actually gone deer hunting in real life. Okay, good. So we did about 50%. That's a rock of some sort. Don't you love the ADD? Ah, see? Right up there. Red, ripe fruit. So, this is going to be a food episode. We're learning how to survive. I heard it fall. It looks like a bomb, doesn't it? Ripe tree fruit collected. So that was pretty simple. It seems like with any melee weapon, you can simply walk up to the tree, click, you'll hear the clink, and then you should hear the fruit fall. So now we're going to pull out our bow since M. Lanyon taught us how to hotkey. Now I want to emphasize a point. This is kind of an adventure series where we learn together. If you've watched my forest series, and if you've watched some of the unturned tutorial guide series anyway. What is that line all about? Chemtrails, man. Pirate chemtrails. That's what caused the Great Plague. But it's an interactive series. So when you guys give me tips... Oh, come here. I don't know if you can... I don't know if you can kill a deer. Hey, I definitely shot you in the buttocks. Oh, come off it. Oh! Olay, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's get this arrow, because that was a nice shot. Yeah, I missed the first 2, but we did it for thematic effect. We wanted to build the idea that we are on this island, but... Oh, what's that? Oh, very camouflaged, but luckily that hand icon came up. But we're building a theme that we are an expert hunter. Now, give me that arrow. Loot all, pressing E. What a gentle deer. Ooh. Now, M. Lanyon also told me that by getting flowers you can make potions, because in episode 2 we ran into some pirates and the mysterious deer has disappeared. And we can make potions, so we need to learn how to heal ourselves, because in episode 2 we got wrecked pretty hard. There's the fire we built in the last episode. And when you're first starting out, you get this crafting journal. So by right-clicking it, by pressing tab to open up this menu. Left clicking this tab, I don't know what the circle is. Look at that, our ripe tree fruit. And you right click the crafting journal. There's a number of recipes, basic recipes. I'm not sure if there's more advanced books, like maybe other NPCs you encounter might have them when you kill them. But I know we want to build, we want to make this, deer hide boots, pants, and tunic. Because we want to create some armor so that we can sustain combat with the pirates. We also want to mine all the resources possible because we're greedy. Greedy. Pirates looking for the booty. We're going to loot everything. It's what pirates do. If you do not loot, you ain't a pirate. If you're not about that booty, you ain't a pirate. How many of you guys are about that booty? Because I know I sure am. But on a more serious note, pirate booty hunting as a pirate. We're gonna mine all these. I don't really know what to do with the stones yet. I gotta look at the recipes. But I do know that we're looking for fruit. Yeah, we want to get a lot of food because if you look in the lower left hand column, the lower green bar is, you know, kind of your hunger bar. The red bar in the lower right is your health bar. So, fortunately for us, we are in a good situation on health. No pirates on this island. This is, I believe, the starting island. So, keep that in mind. We have visited a new land, so we are experiencing that. And I've got some fun things to tell you about. So, if you're new and just starting out this game, what is that? Worm. That is a giant worm. I don't know if it means like wormwood. Oh, here's more flowers you can get. Now, on this starting island, there is the mining pickaxe. There is a chest where you can find enough starting resources to build your first raft. And we're going to be literally foraging for everything we can. Weak boulder just popped up. And then we're going to be going to explore the pirate island. Now we're going to need, oh, look at that, in the behind that tree there is a deer. So do we have enough to craft arrows? Let's check our resources out. Alright, so we're going to check our book real quick. Now to make arrows, it's 1 wood and 1 flint stone. So let's check that out. We have 1 wood, we have stone blocks, and we have flint stones. So we're going to be crafting by pressing C. Then you right click the item you want to craft. Look at this thorn vine. I didn't even know I picked that up. So I right clicked the wood log and the flintstone. It brought over everything. And I'm going to be able to craft some arrows. Now, right click that to bring it back. Let's see how many arrows I have. 10 arrows. Hell yeah. That's enough to go hunting. Alright, so the arrows aren't coming up. I think we have to right click them. Alright, that seemed to have worked. 1. But now my bow. Yeah, it's still number 2. Alright, that's interesting. Still takes a little bit of getting used to. So we're going to be hunting for another deer because we need multiple deer pelts in order to craft. Yeah, come this way. Wow. Tell you what, expert hunter my buttocks. We need to work on this bow. Where would he have gone? What is that? That's a deer butt, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Salt. Right in the butt. My first YouTube video ever made. Gaming video was in fact me shooting a deer in the butt. Check that out. Go to my channel, oldest videos, go back and say Fluffalumpkins because right in the head, yes! I was gonna say if that didn't hit, we mad, bro. You know we are. Alright, so we're doing pretty well on this island. The first 2 episodes was mostly just like sheer exploration and like, what is this game all about? Look at all these stones. I don't know what we can build with stones. Because I'm fairly certain, where's those arrows? Yeah, let's loot everything. We got deer antlers. Merchants might be interested. There are NPC merchants, which are not hostile. We got deer meat. Now, how many arrows are we on? 6 arrows, so we used about 4. This looks like a material. Yep, it is a piece of wood. It is a wood. It's a wood. Hey guys, I got me a wood. So, yeah. There's some more wood. Oh, there's wood everywhere. Now, where's that ripe fruit at? Because I want a decent amount of food because all the islands are different. And from my short explorations, a number of them don't have trees. And deers are very difficult. And by deers, I mean deer because I believe the plural of deer is deer. Marinate on that for a minute. So hunting up. This is basic survival, guys. And I've shown you pretty much the majority of what you need to know. Basically just in what we've done. Showing you the crafting menu and how to craft. Like, that's really what the majority of the basic survival skills you need to know are. But where's this fruit? Now, in other islands, there's pieces of bamboo. And, Stu82R taught me how to, like, basically make bandages using cloth fibers from plant fibers. Or cloth from plant fibers. And Marchit Thomas 1 basically said, hey, keep an eye out for bamboo because that's how you make fishing poles because there are fishing mechanics in this game. Now, I believe at fires you can save your progress. Ooh, what was that? That was something interesting. Coal. Now, I wonder if there could be steam-powered ships, maybe sometime in the future. Where's the ripe fruit? Okay, here we go. This one blended in. Now, we're going to see if the pickaxe works. Oh, I love it. Oh, but this one? Tree fruit. Yeah, it's green. Oh, wow. Tree fruit's popping up. Now, red would obviously indicate, you know, when a fruit's green, unless it's a green apple. Look at that. Don't you love it? Oh, and that's definitely a flower I can get. We're just foraging right now because we're going to be going on a grand quest. White flowers collected. From what I understand, white flowers, M. Lanyon told me, are the ones that make potions. So let's try that. I'm going to try that real quick. Where's our other stuff? Broken pirate axe. That was from our fights. Cloth swatch. We even mined moonrock, which is some stuff we'll have to check out. Worm, deer guts, grubs. Those are clearly... Now, where the tits? Where the tits are my flowers? Aha! Here we go. So we're gonna press C to craft. Look at that. We just right-clicked and 2 white flowers equals 1 white flower potion. So we'll craft 2 of those. And we could hotkey those so they're a health. Drink to heal some health. Perfect. So we are going to put that as number 4. And we are going 250 food, 170 food. Don't you love it? It's kind of like RPG-esque. So deer meat does 360 food. Ripe tree fruit does 250 food. Now, can we hover over this and tell how much? No, we cannot. Well, let's get an idea. We're gonna do a quick test. Alright, so unripened tree fruit. You know, if you're not in a hurry, it may be a decent idea to consider. Now, I say all this because I don't know if a ripening process happens before your eyes or what. We're going to basically... Ooh, here we go. These are the white flowers. And remember, these are huge because when we get into fights, we are going to have to use healing potions if we don't have a lot of armor. Now, what I have been told is that your health will regenerate over time, although it's a relatively slow process. So if you're in a heated engagement, obviously you'd want to use health potions. Now, is this a white flower? Black flower. plant fibers. Okay, so some of the things I'm collecting are in fact plant fibers. Now we're still looking. Here's some unripe. We're just gonna get it. We're gonna get off this island as quick as possible. Pick that tree fruit. And oh, here we go. Oh yeah, we've got. This one has both of them. An unripened and a ripened tree fruit. It'd be cool if they were like coconuts. I like coconut water. If you were really in a survival situation on an island, you would love to have a coconut tree or a couple on your island because, tell you what, like coconut water is like nature's Gatorade. Alright, so there's lots of plant fiber. See, this is stuff you may miss. Like, I definitely missed it my first time around. Spending time on this first island and really exploring it and kind of learning everything and gathering as much as possible, I think, is the key. Now, that looks like plant fibers. Alright. So we're almost done here. And then I'll show you how to save your progress. It's relatively simple. Find a campfire. You can make one relatively simply, and it is in your crafting menu. Or alternatively, when you come across campfires, which we'll see on the next island, when we fight the pirates. But I'm be looking for fruits right now, my hearties. Alright, so we made it to our campfire. Now that island over there is the one we want to go to. Those fires generally, from what I understand, indicate artificial intelligence. Not to say they are intelligent, but there are pirates over there, and that's where we want to go next. So if you press E on the fire, you can save, which we will do, and we're not planning on resting. Actually, it's almost nighttime. So if you guess that like midday is when the sun's straight over your head, we probably have, I would guess, 3 to 4 hours of daylight left. Now, is that 3 to 4 hours in real life? No, it's game time. It's game time! But, I don't know the amount of time. Like, how do you translate it? Let's just test. Resting 4 hours? Yeah. Now, where's the moon at? Okay, so it's a little more. Now, that was 4, so we're gonna... Oh! My fire's gone. Maybe it uses a bit, but we should. Was that? I thought that was a log. We're gonna move a little more over here because we want it daylight when I'm gonna show you how to use the basic mechanics of boats, because I didn't know a lot of this when I first started. So we're gonna learn to make a fire, which is, listen to that thunder in the background. Now we're gonna check our crafting menu, crafting journal, and a basic campfire is 3 logs and 2 flintstone. That's kind of expensive. But there are fires over there, so I'm okay with doing it. Alright, press C. Hey. Right click. Right click. Now, look at this, 1 out of 3 means there's 3 different things you can craft using this. 1 wood log and 1 flint makes arrows. Then there's a campfire, 3 wood and 2 flint. And you can make a short sword, actually, which is what this one is. Using 5 stone. I guess flintstone also counts as that. And 1 piece of wood. But we are going to craft a fire so that we can change the time of day and save once again. Alright, so where is our fire? Should be over here somewhere. There it is. Alright, so by right-clicking that, we can Q and E to rotate. Ooh, looks nice. Left-click to place. Now the moon is, you know, we're gonna try a good old 4 hours actually. Alright, so another, we'll go with 5. We're still learning, guesstimating. Well, look at that. So the sun is just out, perfect. Ooh, and the sun is illuminating ripe fruit. Don't you love it? Haha, perfect. I wonder if the day-night cycle is actually what controls the fruit. Okay, we have a deer. Oh yeah, that's what we need to do, right? Come here, you. Oh my god, he's gone. I didn't want to loose an arrow and waste it. And our food is a little under half right now. So that's something we have to be aware of. While he does produce a decent amount of meat, what we're really going for with this deer is that he has deer pelt, and that is what makes your initial clothing, which is basically going to serve as your armor. And that's what we want, because we want to fight the pirates and raid them, because we be plundering the booty. Are you dead? Are you dead? You're dead. I was going to say, if I missed that shot, it ain't good. Loot everything. We got 1 piece of deer meat and 3 arrows, and I believe our fire's on the other side of this hill. I am a bit directionally challenged. Now, that's another thing to consider within this game, is there is no... Look at how the light... On the new water effects, at least for me, the light has a strange effect, but this is basically alpha. It's kind of fun to be a part of the process. Like, I really like the charm of this game and the idea behind it. So, I'm one of those people that, like, I will thoroughly enjoy this adventure, especially to see how the game develops over time. It has a ton of potential. Now we're going to take all that, and our fire is over here. So what we're going to do is save it. Now, the next thing we're going to be talking about is boats. And that's going to basically wrap up this episode. And next episode, we're going to be sailing over there and fighting the pirates. Alright, so let's deal with boats. We're going to press tab, and we're going to pull up our crafting journal, and it should have... It doesn't have it. Interestingly enough, the recipe will be in the video description below. I don't have it offhand, but I do know that if you press B after creating a raft, you have it here. So B is your boat menu, so you can pull them up and actually spawn them. If you've made it, you can spawn it at any time, from what I understand. So, right click, boom, and look at that. Now, say you just came into the beach, right? Or it's floated away or something like that. Press B. Look at that. Now go up to the boat and hold E, and we're on it. Now there's 2 ways to control the boat. You can actually, this is how you steer it. You hold E and then you move your mouse, and if you look at that, we're actually powering the boat, which is pretty cool. And there is a little bit of current, so it will kind of float. Now what we're going to want to do is, it's like inverted. If we do that, kind of, look at that. I love it, dude. A lot of detail. Now we're on a pretty good course, but you can see how we're kind of drifting a little to the right. I think there may be wind and current stuff. I don't fully understand it, but we just pressed E and we dropped sail. Now that will speed us up. And if you look at the rudder, that's probably what was causing some of the turn. So it's kind of tricky to learn to steer. With this one, with this raft, this boat, this type of boat, look at that, there's a pirate on the beach. So we're going to be getting into a fight. It's kind of like you steer, like if I push to the right, the rudder actually moves to the left. It seems a little inverted. And sometimes I mix it up. Just like my words, like we did right there. Alright, so we're going to... Oh, tits. Alright, so they ran away. Now, I forgot to craft, actually, some armor, so let's do that. So we're going to craft our armor by right-clicking this over here, and we can make boots. Huh. So we're going to craft those. Now, how to put them on? Deer boots crafted. Deer hide boots crafted. Now, will that serve as some armor? There is nothing to craft with that item. Oh yeah, we're in the crafting menu. Herpy derp. Alright, by right-clicking we put them on. Now, you can't really see your feet. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've basically crafted basic armor. The boat recipe's in the video description below, but we learned how to use boats. By pressing B to open up the boat menu, you can essentially spawn your boat, or any of the boats that you've created, because there are a number of different types. They kind of upgrade as you go. But one thing to use is, let's hope we don't get ambushed by pirates. This is the thing, like to turn this around, because as soon as I press E to launch sail, give this thing a little power, it'll just go straight into the beach. And it's a little tricky, so the best way to do that is by pressing B and right clicking, and there is your raft. Now we're okay with that leaving because we can spawn it at any time. So food, hunting, all that good stuff, basic crafting. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Baron. I thank y'all for watching episode 3 of Salt, which is basically the beginning of the adventure. The first 2 episodes were kind of like the, the pre-chapters of it all. But we're going to be hunting pirates in the next episode, so stay tuned.